B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run.
Welcome to the Beer Run, part of the BS Beer Network, the only Saints podcast with a 2-drink minimum and takes as bad as Paulson and Debo against the Falcons.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Put toes at it.
That hurt to say out loud. I didn't enjoy that. I am the California Cajun. With me, as always, is Little Dice. How you doing, Dale?
What was he doing? What was the Debo doing?
And I don't just mean that PI. I mean any of the 3 PIs or any of the, 8 catches he gave up in that game.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one in particular.
Yeah.
Well, really bad, man.
Sure, yeah.
yeah, man. It's been a tough week. Look, it hurts even more losing to the Falcons. That's the part that hurt the most.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday right now. But this week will not end, Craig.
And even when it ends, it still won't end because we're going to go through a whole weekend with no Saints football, which at this point might be good for us.
Yes. Because when we lose, bro, it ruins the rest of football for me. Like, watching the other games is not as satisfying. So
Saints win on Sunday morning. I'm gonna watch the afternoon game. I'm gonna watch the night game. I'm gonna watch the Monday night game. All of my podcasts are more fun the rest of the week. They lose Sunday morning. It is the longest fucking week of my life every time.
Yes.
We care too much. That's a problem.
I agree. But doing the beer chaser after the game, after a loss, is tough. But we still do it. You guys check us out. Please check us out.
Yeah, they send me the invite, but I'm too drunk to use a phone at that point.
Yeah. There you go. All right, man. So we're going to get into some Saints news. We're going to talk about some beer. Beer bets. Our pick'em, of course. We must talk about the pick'em and look at the standings out there, and we'll see if you guys are beating us or if we're beating you. We will see.
They're beating.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to know which way this is gonna land here. But we also are going to talk to a Chiefs fan. We actually found a fan, unlike the stupid Falcons fans out there who refuse to.
I'm gonna call him a bandwagon fan later on the show probably, but I know this man personally, and he was a fan before Mahomes, so we're gonna pretend that it's fine, but also fuck that guy.
There we go. And so we will give you our view of the last game, and we will give you predictions for the game upcoming versus the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. So, referees, get out there and spot the ball. Let's get this thing going.
First down, Saints.
What you drinking, bruh?
All right, so I am so excited for fall, which is stupid because I'm in Los Angeles and it's 106 degrees today. But I'm so excited for fall in October and all of the shenanigans about people encouraging me to drink alcohol that I got the Samuel Adams Oktoberfest, and I'm actually gonna have a couple because I lost a beer bet and I have to chug a beer for it. So I'm gonna have one real quick, and then I'm gonna have one a little bit slower. But I figure I should get that out of the way first. So we both picked against the Falcons last week as our beer bet because we're not gonna pick the Falcons because we don't hate ourselves that much. But I thought that Olave was scoring the touchdown. And Olave had a great game, and I think he's the real deal. It didn't get in the end zone, and because it didn't get in the end zone, you were right and I was wrong. Cheers.
There we go. Wow.
Now, it doesn't mean that he won't again because he is very good. And we're not a pass heavy offense really, but he's good, man. I like what I'm saying. And he played hurt. I can't ask for more.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, especially for my fantasy team, when I saw that he missed, had the lead practice on Friday with the hamstring injury. I was like, damn, this is not what I want to see on the injury report. So yeah, kudos to him for playing hurt and playing effectively.
Yeah.
So.
For the record, this is a darn good beer. It's the only thing from Sam Adams that I drink other than the summer ale. The summer ale is very good too. And it is very much that German style. If you like Oktoberfest type beers, this is a solid one. It's not going to blow your pants off, but it's not going to be a waste of money. But the question is, how does it sound? And remembering that these are bottles, so we got to work a little bit harder, and still pretty good. Still pretty good.
All right.
And I'll go ahead and drink enough of these to make this game funny.
There you go. That's how you do it, Craig.
That's how we do it.
All right. Well, Craig, I bow to you, okay? I will eventually get some beer.
My God.
That day is not today. All right. I needed some bourbon. So we got a nice little glass of bourbon here.
What bourbon we drinking today?
This is actually Jameson Williams. So yes. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Evan Williams. My bad.
Okay.
Evan Williams. My bad.
Look, Evan Williams is criminally underrated. Criminally, it is easily as good, in my opinion, as a Jim or a Jack, and it is $10 cheaper every time. I rarely don't have some Evan in the freezer. That is go-to, fine. Evan has a 100 proof, which again, delightful.
Yeah,
excellent. It's easily better than like Wild Turkey, and I don't hate Wild Turkey. So don't let anybody rip on you for your Evan Williams. All it means is that you're on.
That's right. That's right. Good old Evan Williams, man, to come to the rescue. So, all right, man. Let's take a quick peek here at the pick'em.
I'd rather not.
This is week 5. So at the top of the charts, my guy the Queefers tied up with top of the bleachers.
Are we allowed to
21?
Like, is that against some kind of FCC rule? The Queefers, is that allowed? I don't know how this works. Top of the bleachers up there. Okay, it's a quality show.
Yeah. We got Casey Clowns next with Ham and Boo Bear wins and 33,703. That guy there, I hate that guy. Okay, whoever that guy is. All right. So we go a little bit further down. Got B Train at number 9. So
man.
be sure to check out his show there and watch The Drip. All right. BS and B Train. All right. And then the Hollywood Who Dat.
Oh, we're losing a Kyle.
Kyle at 15. Yep. Tim is at 20. And there is Craig at 21 there.
Oh, is that number higher than yours there, Dale?
It is. I am further down at 25.
The only person I want to beat is currently behind me. That's right.
Yeah. You're achieving your objective. Just keep up the good work, and you can stay in the lead. So
like a P Diddy party, the real villain is behind me the whole time.
Second down.
Let's talk some Saints news.
There is
Saints. Yes, the Saints re-signed Jermaine Jackson to the practice squad, a wide receiver. Let go of a running back off of the practice squad. So we'll see what Jermaine Jackson can do.
And for our Louisiana listeners, that is Cabote, the running back from UL Lafayette.
Cabote. Yeah.
So that's a shame. I was pulling for him. For the longest time, I had him and Mims confused, and I was really excited that he made the team, and then realized I had the wrong guy in my head. So it's a shame that we couldn't keep the Louisiana product in house. But Jermaine Jackson, he's one of the Jackson 5. That's got to mean something, right?
Hey, recently Tito Jackson just passed, so getting Jermaine Jackson this can only help our team here. Okay, so
does adding a receiver today make you feel worse about the Devontae Adams sweepstakes?
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about those rumors there. So there are rumors that Devontae Adams will be traded. The Raiders are open to this, and of course, Saints fans are like, "Yo, we need another wide receiver. What's up?"
But they want a second for him plus, so they want a second and then some. And if everybody keeps telling me how bad the Saints are and how dead their roster is and how bad their cap is, then we need draft picks, because that's how you fix the cap. You draft young guys and you pay them peanuts. Like Devontae Adams is not a young guy you're paying peanuts to. He's a star. Admittedly, if you trade for Devontae Adams, Adams, Olave, Shaheed is the best 1, 2, 3 in football. I don't think there's an
Okay.
argument made there. I mean, to argue with you, mama. That's a fucking lineup right there. But that's not going to happen. It's just too steep a price. I don't think it's. I think he might end up in New York. I think the script writers would like to see him back with Rodgers. That makes them more compelling. You know how the NFL fucking loves their Aaron Rodgers. I would if he would went to the Chiefs, I would be less surprised. I basically just know he's not coming here.
Okay.
I have
I'll-
this is in order. Here are the most likely teams he is to be traded to. It
All
is.
right.
It starts with the Chiefs, and then the Bucks, and then the Broncos, and then I want to say it's the Chargers, and then it's the Panthers. And you want to know why it's that order exactly? Because those are the teams we play next, and that's always how this goes. There's some superstar wants out, he's going to end up playing us in a week. That's always how it seems to happen, and I have no reason to think it won't happen this time.
So we will play against Devontae Adams at some
We play
point
the
this
Raiders
season.
in December, so there's a chance we do that anyway.
Okay. Got you. To continue the wide receiver speculation, the Saints did work out Jamal Agnew, Dante Pettis, and Lance McCutcheon, whoever that guy is. Okay. These are the guys they worked out. I don't see any saviors in there. So if we sign one of them, I think they'll just be just another guy. What do you think about those guys?
It's irrelevant, man. In this offense, we throw the ball so rarely that all the passing plays are drawn up for Olave or Shaheed. No one else is getting attempts anyway. No one else is getting the ball thrown to him. It doesn't matter who's 3, 4, 5. Maybe if we had a real player at 3, that changes. If Shaheed's your 3, that changes. But right now, it doesn't matter. Unless Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis can kiss and make up with Michael Thomas, there's not a receiver out there that changes this offense unless you trade for Adams or Hill, and neither of those guys are in our price range.
Yeah, for real. All right, let me hit you with this question. Not directly Saints related, but in your opinion, why is offensive scoring down in the NFL?
I think there's a little bit of ebb and flow to the NFL. It's there's overcorrection one direction and then goes back the other way. So we got into this really pass-heavy, spread it out offense where everyone's throwing the ball for 5,000 yards, and then teams kind of adjusted to that and they made these really small, fast defenses. And to counter these small, fast defenses, you had the Shanahan tree start running the ball down people's throats. And now all these offenses that run the ball first are having more success. And it is an effective offense to run the ball down the field and score, but it is a lower scoring offense. There are less possessions. There's less time. Your opponent doesn't get the ball as many times. You might score 24 points instead of 45, but the other team doesn't get the ball hardly at all. So it's I think it's the evolution of the game. It ebbs and flows. I think right now we're coming back into a run the football kind of era. I mean, you can even see it with the Saints now. Like we're a run first team, and we never have been, basically. I think that's more of it is. I don't think that the offenses are worse. I think the offenses are focusing more on time of possession and running the football. And I think that's a direct result of the defenses getting smaller to run with all these receivers.
Yeah. I can see what you're saying. That is the counter to the lighter personnel on the field.
Yeah, if you're going to run out there
heavier
with a Patrick Queen type, a linebacker who weighs 195, you run the ball at him. You come out there with the defensive end like Micah Parsons, who weighs 235, soaking wet, and you run the ball at them. You got all these guys that are specialists at just rushing the passer or just playing in coverage, and you start running the ball at them. It's the natural evolution of it. And I think that's what we're seeing. We have these stud players who they're highly paid national names, and all they can do is rush the passer. Like you don't see true defensive ends outside of like Myles Garrett nowadays. You know what I mean? You have guys that fly upfield or can play the run, and you don't really see complete guys because you get paid to fly upfield, and you can run the ball on those guys. You saw what we did to Micah Parsons in week 2.
Yeah, really. Okay, let's get into the game versus the Falcons and get your thoughts about that about the game, Craig. So give me big picture thoughts.
So the thing is, if this wasn't the Falcons, it would have a completely different stink to it. If the Eagles game hadn't happened a week prior, it would feel completely different. If we had played the Eagles in week 2 and then we beat the Cowboys and then this happened to us, it would feel completely different. But it's 2 games in a row that Derek Carr led a game-winning drive that didn't win the game. And, we all said we wanted Carr to be more like Drew Brees. And scoring a touchdown with a minute left and then having your defense blow it for you is pretty fucking Drew Brees-esque. So I guess we got what we asked for, huh? It's just so tough. You were better in every pass of this game. Shaheed makes the dumbest play I've ever seen him make in his life, which gives him up a touchdown. Carr throws the dumbest, but just throw it in the dirt. If Carr throws that in the dirt, we win the game. Like, it's just, there are 2 plays. Carr had an excellent game outside of like that play. And he missed Olave later in the game, but like Carr played well. The patchwork O-line played fantastic for what they were asked to do.
Right.
Kamara played with broken ribs and he was an absolute monster. Olave played with a bum hamstring and he's great. Shaheed had a career high in catches. We did everything to win except win. And it takes the air out of your lungs. I was standing up behind the couch, hands behind my head, drinking, thinking, oh, we scored with a minute left. We got this. Oh my God, there's a minute left. And I had flashbacks to every time that Breeze did that. And we lost the game 45-42.
So take me back to that drive, right? We're down there at the goal line and we're purposely stalling to run some clock.
Were we purposely stalling or were we trying to punch it in without Taysom Hill? Because I think we have a serious short yardage problem without Taysom Hill.
No. Carr was not trying to get that ball in. He was wasting time. He was trying not to lose yardage.
I mean, maybe, but Carr's not really your QB sneak guy anyway. I understand if that's what they really were doing, but it just looked like we were being futile down there is what it looked like. It is remarkable. And someone showed me the stat is that with Taysom Hill on the field, we've scored, I think it was 9 touchdowns. And with him off the field, we've scored 1. The difference between Taysom in the offense and Taysom out is staggering for a guy who's, he's a fullback essentially at this point, but it's ridiculous the split between him there and him not there. At the end of the game, you need 1 yard and you don't have Taysom Hill. Suddenly it feels impossible. And it shouldn't feel impossible.
Yeah. I think that's because of the lack of playmakers on the offense as a whole. We're always looking to the same guys to make plays. And Taysom is one of those guys.
And we have a patchwork offensive line who's being schemed to protect. You can protect an offensive line by putting them in advantageous situations. If it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, and you need to get a yard, there's no scheming that. You need someone to punch someone in the fucking mouth. You need an O-line to maul somebody. And you don't have the horses for that right now. You just don't have enough bodies. You're on 3rd and 4th string guys in a lot of spots. So it's a tall order. It's asking a lot of backups. And it sucks. I don't think that the O-line was the problem in this game, but they limit what you can do. You can't just run it down someone's throat if you have a backup at center and guard and question mark at right tackle and a rookie at left tackle. And the left guard is a question mark until week 1. So how set are you there anyway? It's just tough.
Yeah. Statistically speaking, the Saints won this game like hands down. It's just the turnovers that we had were really costly because like it directly turned into points for the Falcons. Like
it's one of those
the ball.
If Adebo doesn't commit pass interference, we win. If Carr doesn't throw that bad ball that gets picked off, we win. If Shaheed fields the punt or lets it bounce, we win. Everything had to go wrong together for us to lose that game. And then Young
Wei Koo.
Yeah, that YouTube fucker. If he doesn't have the kick of his life, the longest kick in that stadium's history, we win. There's like 4 really obscure, difficult things that all had to happen to lose that game. And then we did. And then I have Falcons fans tagging me and shit on Instagram because That's my life now, apparently.
Oh man. Yeah. I guess so. So we need to figure out how to finish games. That's been the buzz term, right? For this week. DA did talk about finishing games. Here's what he had to say.
I think we need to improve. I think we need to be better. I think we need to put ourselves in position to win games and figure out how to close them out and how to finish them. And that's what we haven't done a good enough job of doing. And so we collectively, players, coaches, everybody, we have to do a better job when we put ourselves in those situations of being able to make the right, whether it be the right call, the right play, whatever the case may be, to win in those situations.
Shut up, Dennis Allen. That's your job. You're the head coach. You're the reason that these things keep happening. Oh, well, last week's guys ran into each other, and then this week there was a PI or whatever like that. All of that only has one common denominator, and that's you, Dennis Allen. You're the defensive mastermind. You're the head coach. You're the guy. You're the dude that gets fucking fired if we don't make the playoffs. So we got to play better. You're goddamn right we got to play better. Whose job is it to make sure we play better? Shut up, Dennis Allen. Drink. That's
so
drinking game.
These past 2 weeks, losing to the Eagles and the Falcons in similar ways toward the end of the game on defense. Does it speak to a problem wholesale with the defense, or is this just a case of, we did the wrong thing at the wrong time?
Yeah. I think it's the second one. I think it's wrong. I mean, you can't fault the defense for losing the game. They didn't allow a touchdown in the game. Like, how are you going to say, oh, you didn't allow a single touchdown this entire game to Bijan Robinson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Tyler Algier? Not once did any of them get in the end zone. But you really should have held them inside the 20, and you didn't. So, no, fuck that, dude. It's ridiculous. And then talking about the Eagles game, stops on fourth down, forced fumbles, interceptions, and they can't do it at the end. A couple of big plays happen. If your offense scores any points in that Eagles game, then those big plays don't matter anyway. Like, I don't think it's fair to put either of these on the defense squarely. The Eagles game is on the offense, and the Falcons game is on apparently an angry God, because it's the only way for everything to go wrong at the same time. We are the city of Gomorrah with fire flaming down on us. We did something to anger him. I don't know what it is.
Last week, when we talked about the end of the game, I brought up, well, why aren't we in a man scheme right now at the end of the game? Well, Dennis Allen, somebody asked Dennis Allen something similar, because if you kind of look at it, I think Debo was in some kind of man trail coverage, and that's when he freaked out and caused the PI there. So Dennis Allen spoke to this man or zone at the end of the game.
Yeah. I mean, well, the coverage that we were playing was zone coverage. All right. So there's certain times that it puts you in a little bit, a little bit more of a one-on-one type of deal. So I don't fall into the deal on should you be in man, should you be in zone, should you be in whatever. When it doesn't work out, then you should have done the opposite of what you did. And when it works out, then that's what you should have done. So, yeah, that's the way I feel about that.
I mean,
so if we're in the zone, why was he in the trail technique? That's what caused everything.
Because he came through his zone, and you don't. What do you just stand in a spot and let him run by you? No, he's not wrong. It's the hindsight thing, If you play press man and it works, then it's like, cool, you stayed aggressive and you stay all the way back and they get a big chunk play. You're like, why the hell did you play prevent? It's one of those things. It only looks bad because it didn't work. And the defense was fine. If Debo makes a clean play on it, or the flag doesn't get thrown, any number of things, yeah, no, that's a good play. It's a good coverage. So no, I want to tell Dennis Allen to shut up as much as anyone else on earth, but he's right. We're second guessing it because it didn't work.
Okay. All right. Well, Dennis Allen also spoke about the offensive performance versus the Falcons.
Like we moved the ball, and we scored a touchdown to take the lead with a minute to go in the game. So I felt like there were still some things that we could do. I think that we've got to eliminate, some of the mistakes that cost us a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's the overriding factor.
He's right. Yeah, he's right. You scored the offense scored 3 touchdowns, put us up with a minute to go. Yeah, the offense was fine. The offense wasn't a problem. The offense did enough to win. If the offense didn't throw a pick 6 on a botched screen pass, which a screen was such a good call in that situation too. If that one guy is, there's miles in front of him too. Man. No, the offense was fine. We lost to the Falcons. My least favorite team, your least favorite team, most of you listening's least favorite team. And I feel better about this loss than I do the Eagles one. The Eagles, our offense was hopeless, and we played awesome defense, and we couldn't win anyway. And this week, I feel okay about Kubiak. I feel like the offense will figure shit out. The O-line was decimated. We had major injuries or nagging injuries at both of our biggest playmakers. I feel okay about it. If this wasn't the Falcons and we hadn't blown a lead last week, I would feel completely different about this loss. It only hurts because it's the Falcons and because we lost to the Eagles last week. But in general, I think the offense is going to be fine. I think the defense is good, and I think we're going to beat the Chiefs. Spoiler alert.
What's your thoughts on Cesar Ruiz? He didn't play this game.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on him coming back?
I think maybe because it's a long week, I think we might get him back. We've shown that we can hide it, but you want your guys out there. Right. Even from a communication standpoint, you just want more cohesion. I like him, but he's inconsistent. So, it's not like getting him back fixes everything. We're still going to have to scheme to protect that line, If I had to put money down, I'd bet he plays Monday, but, I thought he was going to play this week until Wednesday, so what do I know?
Hose water. Whether you've been playing hard or working hard, when your thirst needs to be quenched, there's hose water. Found at any retailer where sports drinks are sold. Or connected to your faucet in the backyard if you don't want to pay $4 for it. Hose water. Get yours today.
This is an emergency message. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. Also comment and subscribe. Thank you. We now return you to your program.
Third down for what?
Joining us here on Third Down, we've got a guy with a familiar name, also a name that we hate. Matty Ice in the building, but not only is his name Matty Ice, but he is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
15 years I have never, ever heard you call yourself Matty Ice in your entire life.
First of all, rude.
Fucking try hard.
First of all, rude. Second of all, I don't think that audio was necessary. I get it enough being a Chiefs fan in the real life, but it's fine. It's for the show.
Well, we want to make sure you can hear it. Your hearing is probably a little damaged from all those Taylor Swift concerts you're going to. So I want to make sure that you're still catching all of that.
Yeah, no, I'm catching it. I still haven't been to a Swift concert. I don't plan on it.
You only watch 17 of them every season.
I get enough of her at the games. We've discussed this. It's not exactly a pleasing thing when they cut to her every time Kelsey touches the ball. It gets old.
Well, I think she's the last person. I think she's the last person who's going to be able to catch a pass for that team pretty soon. So go for it.
We've got 4 receivers or 5.
Yeah, I bet you do.
We've got half of wide receiver room right now. It's great. I'm super excited for this week playing against the Saints. I'm super excited. I love it.
Yes, that is right. the Chiefs and the Saints will do battle on Monday Night Football. So yeah, let's get into this Chiefs talk, man, because you guys are dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, every NFL team is, but you guys are dealing with some major injuries. Rashee Rice hurt its ACL. I'm curious of how you think the Chiefs will respond and who will step up in his place.
That's an interesting question because last year, Rashee really didn't come on board until halfway through the season. We had Pacheco, but Rice didn't really emerge until like week 8, week 9, week 10. I think they're going to go back to using Kelsey as the workhorse. I think we're going to see a lot more Taylor Swift in the audience. I think they were trying to save him, but game plan changes. Got to roll with it. And unfortunately, the rest of the receiver core hasn't. It's been the Rice show. For anyone who's watched any highlights, it's been his show. So without him,
well, do you see them maybe getting the ball more to Worthy? This was your first round pick. I understand he is a pretty fast guy. You want to send him down the field a lot, but I'm pretty sure he could do some other things too.
Oh yeah, I mean, the issue with Worthy is the same thing everyone sees, especially on the defensive side. When they look at him, he's a smaller body. He's a smaller guy. He's fast, but you put a body on him, it gets a lot harder to get downfield quick. I'm pretty sure that long ball, the 54-yard touchdown, which was great to see. We haven't seen it in whatever it was, 30 games. But that release that he had was a free release. And then there was no one over the top, and he just blows by everyone downfield. Now that people have seen that, what defense is going to let that happen? People are going to adjust just like they always have, especially the Saints coming up. First of all, I think y'all have had a bad hand dealt you last couple weeks. I have a feeling I'm a little bit pessimistic. I have a feeling our horses are going to have a problem keeping up with your horses this week.
Okay.
What a casual comment. There are two kinds of things that happen in the NFL. The Saints take a lead with a minute left and then lose, and the Chiefs are losing with a minute left and then win. This is the perfect storm of piss me off on Monday Night Football.
Okay, that's fair. Look, it's a one-score game.
We just played the Chiefs. I feel like we just played the Chiefs. We scored a touchdown with a minute left, and then a controversial flag gives the other team the ball in field goal range, and we lose at the last second. I feel like we just watched this game. They were even wearing red.
I understand Craig is a little upset. And that is true. I think with Andy Reid as the coach and Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, if you leave it as one score, that's on you. That's on every team that plays us.
There might be another factor other than the we've mentioned, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, not at all.
No idea what you're talking about. I've brought up facts that I was not prepared to defend right now.
Sure.
Okay. We're not going to go there.
No. There's no.
We're not going to go there. Patrick Mahomes has the most touchdowns called off by penalties. Oh my God, I just said it. Okay. Most touchdowns called off by penalties.
Where's the CNN fact checkers for this? I need someone to lie on my behalf.
You need someone to lie on your behalf. I know. We need it to fit the narrative. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not like all of these games just suddenly turn at the last minute like a 2020 election. Like this is just kind of what happens with the Chiefs. Just we're consistent that way.
Craig, I have a feeling this game, it's going to be a low-scoring affair. It's going to look a lot like that Eagles-Saints game, which you're not going to like hearing.
Oh, God.
I mean, both teams are banged up. Our explosiveness is gone. We've lost Pacheco. We lost Rice. We still have Worthy, but if he's the only guy breaking it downfield, I don't know another option we have. We had Sky Moore come out for a little bit and drop a couple passes.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's fast. Give him a chance.
Hardman.
You have discount Josh Allen playing quarterback, so there's always the chance of
discount Josh Allen. I'm not even gonna entertain that.
Sometimes that still makes
not gonna entertain that statement. That didn't happen. That wasn't.
I mean, sure, statistically he's the bottom half of the league quarterback this year, but they keep winning anyway, inexplicably. But whatever. He's the GOAT, right?
When every team gets up to play you because you're the 2-time champs, come talk to me, Derek Carr, or whatever quarterback you want to put in his place. I want to talk about it.
That just feels mean, considering how often Derek Carr and the Raiders beat you guys. That seems surprising. It's a low blow.
Patrick Mahomes is 30-5 in the AFC. 31-5? 31-5 in the AFC now? AFC West? He owns the AFC West.
I feel like you're just kind of adding to my point that the whole system is rigged and we're propping up ethnically diverse Tom Brady up on a pedestal already. Like, it's fine. It's fine. We're having a good time.
I don't like this. I don't like this argument. I feel like I'm losing.
Let's talk about the trade rumors.
Okay.
That are running rapid since the injury to Rashee Rice. Well, they're saying the Chiefs are trying to obtain a wide receiver. So is there anybody that you're hoping for in particular? Like some of the rumors out there are Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Tyreek Hill. You got Devontae Adams rumors out there. Who are you hoping is true?
I think Thielen's the most likely. We can't afford. Well, I don't know who you give up. I don't know how you make the salary cap work unless you're willing to go negative. I don't know how it works with pushing it off to later years, mid-season.
I don't know enough of the for Thielen though. Thielen is washed, man. There's
who else?
Devontae Adams. Just throw a.
How do you afford him? How do you just manifest affording $11 million on the salary?
You throw an extra draft pick in the package to the Raiders, and you have them pay most of the salary. We're Saints fans. Don't talk to us about cap issues, man.
I know you guys.
We all cap experts here, for real.
If you look at the Chiefs over the last couple years, they're not willing to do that. They offered D Hop the what was it, the veteran minimum. And he said, "No, I'm going to go to the Titans." Like that's what they're willing to give. They're willing to give someone a minimum.
Man, a vet minimum for D Hop. That's just insulting.
That's it is what it is. Welcome to Chiefs football. It's next man up, and hopefully Patrick Mahomes shows up. Hopefully he's good enough to carry us for a little bit. We only need to go 500 for a couple weeks. Just get out of the woods, get Pacheco back.
You're 4-0 in one of the worst divisions in football. What is this just get by thing? This is all. What are you talking about? The Broncos are not catching you. The Chargers are not catching you. The Raiders are the Raiders. Just take a few weeks off, man. You're 4-0. What are you talking about?
You're saying take a few weeks off knowing your team is about to play us.
Yes.
This is a trap argument. This is a trap argument.
Get your backup quarterback some reps this upcoming week. Sit down. Put down your guy, make sure he's healthy for the AFC that apparently you love to beat up on so much.
Get Carson Wentz out there. Get Carson Wentz out there.
You know what I would pay to watch you guys start Carson Wentz on Monday Night Football? Absolutely. Do that. Please.
No. Paper mache? No. Talking about resurging quarterbacks, you have Darnold, who's like an MVP candidate. That's all I hear is he's
right.
I can't talk about the Vikings without breaking things, so we can get that later.
Okay, we won't talk about it. But maybe Carson Wentz comes out and he just fucking lights it up. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
With our luck, that's what would happen. He'd have Mahomes would stub his toe at practice. He'd skip this week, and then Wentz would throw for 500 yards. Like that's just typical. That's what happens.
That's a Saints thing to happen.
We played the Vikings last year. Kirk Cousins gets hurt right before we play, and then Josh Dobbs tears us apart. It doesn't matter.
I remember that. Shoot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I try to black it out with as much alcohol as possible, and it keeps coming back.
Dobbs mania. That was fun. That's fun. It always happens to you guys. It's wild. If there's a conspiracy propping up the Chiefs, there is a conspiracy sitting on the Saints.
Yeah, the conspiracy is called Dennis Allen does not know how to win football games.
I feel like I'd be sticking around for a long show if we go into this. This is
as long as we're up by 40, he's fine. He can see a one-score game. That's a different statistic.
Let's talk about your injuries at the running back position. If this led to you guys signing Kareem Hunt, he played for the first time last week. How did you think he looked?
He surprisingly looked good. He looked like he could take a hit. He looked like he had a lot of yards. I mean, yards after contact is the main thing. You look at the way Pacheco runs, even the way Steele runs, they get hit and they kind of keep going. They maintain their balance. They pick up an extra 2 or 3. A 1 or 2 yard run turns into a 3, 4, 5 yard run. And all of a sudden, the defense has to worry about the run and they have to bring linebackers down. And then you get those crossing routes over the top. So honestly, watching him run the ball, it wasn't horrible. I was expecting almost like a Zeke Elliott, like a truly washed running back out there. That's kind of what I was expecting. Kareem came out and said, "Hey, I want to prove people wrong," and I feel like he did, and I feel like he's going to get a lot more starting spots out there. So I was thoroughly pleased. I don't like that all of a sudden the Carson's or the Steele handoffs took a little bit of a dive. I liked watching that kid play. He was a good guy, good back. But we'll see. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a running back by committee moving forward. Perine got a lot of snaps too. I mean, it's you lose your one guy and you look for a solution, and maybe the solution is a little bit of everybody. Spread the load.
Yeah, and if for some reason that's not working, then they'll just call a hold on the defense, and it'll be fine.
Preemptive face mask. I swear he meant to do it.
No one touched him. It happened. Don't worry.
It happened on the next play. We're calling it now. It's a makeup for the other plays. It's very convenient.
What about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Is he coming back pretty soon? Because I know it's week 5. You can be designated to come back from injured reserve now. So is that possible?
I think it's possible. What I was reading the other day, it was actually yesterday, they were talking about him coming back this week. Mm-hmm. How many snaps do you give a guy that's fresh back, though? I think it's still going to be running back by committee. If he sees the ball, right, he'll get 20 to 30% of the snaps, see how he feels. I don't think it's going to be all of a sudden the CH show. That's not going to happen. But
hey, Dale, why you asked about that in particular, guy? Like, just curious.
Just because they have running back injuries, that's all.
Okay, yeah, not because he's a 2019 LSU national champion.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I didn't want to point that out, Craig, but yes.
Every time there's an LSU player anywhere doing well, I get a random NFLSU text from Craig. And it doesn't even have to have context. Sometimes it just comes through.
I feel like you'll understand.
And then I have to go look at what he's talking about. He doesn't tell me sometimes.
This is the NFL. You don't have to look very far to find a game where an LSU player is making an impact.
It's true.
100% fair. 100% fair.
It's true.
That's true. And dude, CEH is a guy, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Matty Ice, how do you see this game going? Give me some predictions.
All right. I started the show off pessimistic, and now here I sit with Craig telling me that the refs are going to prop us up a little bit. I do think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, and I think those low-scoring affairs favor us. I'm going to say some kind of weird score. Let's go 23-16. 23-16, still one score. But we're going to edge it with a bunch of field goals. That's what I'm thinking.
I would hate that so much. That would be my worst case scenario. That it's not only a loss, but an ugly, not fun loss. That's.
I think it's going to be an ugly game. Have you seen our games this year? They're like slop ball. I'm sorry. Welcome.
Yeah, it's a bad team getting dragged to the end zone by refs. I've seen them. Yeah, I understand. I've seen it.
If my eyes could roll farther to the back of my head,
they would concuss you.
My brain might fall out. Ridiculous. Do I get to hear projections on your guys' end on this, or no? Are you guys going to tell me?
You'll have to watch the show for our.
Okay, fair. I'll watch the show. That's fine. Just my prediction. That's cool by itself. Yes. But yeah, 23-16, one score, some weird field goals in there. That's going to be it. It's going to be it.
Do you feel good about your chances to repeat or go deep in the playoffs?
AFC West, we're going to hit the playoffs. Go deep. I don't. It depends on how the injuries turn out. Do we get Hollywood back in time for the playoffs? Is Pacheco 100%? Rice is.
I didn't think Hollywood was even going to come back. I didn't think that was a possibility at all.
Supposedly the most. It's optimism, but the most recent thing he said was he hopes to be back for the playoffs with fresh legs, while everyone else is on tired legs. It's a very optimistic notion, but it's a weird injury. I don't think this is like a predictable recovery time.
So, and it's a wide receiver, and they've never said anything intelligent in the entire history of that position existing. So just kind of toss that up.
Fair. But yeah, I mean, assuming you don't get Hollywood back. It's Pacheco coming back. Having a decent running back group, I think we have a chance. I don't think we're like last year. We're an unbalanced team that needs a super stellar defensive unit to play their game. And I don't know. This year so far, they held the Chargers to 10, but the Chargers did not look good.
I mean, you look at the AFC and as a whole, Bills might be good, but then they come out flat, and the Ravens might be good, but they come out flat here and there. I mean, Joe Burrow won't even make the playoffs, so he can't beat you. I mean, it looks like a cakewalk in the AFC from the outside looking in.
From the outside looking in this year, the NFC looks like the stronger side by far. You guys have some animals to deal with. Like that's some mammoth tasks, including yourself. You don't put up 40 something on a team without having a good offense, regardless of who it is. Beating Dallas in Dallas the way you guys did, that was like a friggin' kudos game. That was like you guys have the ability to do this in a week in, week out basis. It's a matter of what team shows up. I think I told you that at the beginning of the season, which Derek Carr is going to show up.
Right.
I could pull up that text message thread. It's which Derek Carr.
Now he's being nice, and I'm going to feel really bad about everything I say about him when he gets off this line.
Oh, God. The story of our friendship. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Well, hey, at least I don't have to explain to you what he's going to say about you on fourth down.
No, I know.
It's just Craig, okay? But yes, he's going to talk really bad about you. So
I'll be gentle. I'll be gentle.
Be gentle, or I promise I will skip through those parts. I promise. I will just fast forward to the predictions. That's it. That is it.
That's all right. That's basically what I do when I watch our show. So that's fair.
There you go.
Predictions. There we go. Well, you insult people and then you go to predictions.
Yes.
All right, Betty
Very
Ice,
good.
we appreciate you joining us, giving us your perspective on the Chiefs. We don't wish you good luck on Sunday. We want to beat you. So there you go.
On Monday, Dale.
Monday.
I hope they have bad luck on Sunday too. I hope that he stubs his toe.
Yes.
I hope he trips on a coffee table. I don't know.
So I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to accept all this positive karma in the universe. Good luck to you both. Good luck to the Saints.
I hate it.
I hope for some great football.
Oh.
I hope we all have fun. I hope we grow as friends, and I hope to beat you guys in a one-score game. That's what I hope.
Disgusting.
Like a gritty one-score game. Really slow. Defensive holds, weird fumbles. Yeah, that's what I hope for.
Do you want my liver to just fall out of my body? Is that what the goal is?
Maybe. This is payback. Good karma payback.
There you go. We appreciate you for joining us, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, Dale.
They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
What do you have to say about our guest here?
Now, our guest said some very kind things about the Saints, and I want to thank him for that. But unfortunately, he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. So none of those kind things mean a damn. He clearly stumbled out into our studio from an insane asylum. He's never seen football before. I think he's been watching tennis or just been going to Taylor Swift concerts because nothing he said made any sense. I don't even know if the Chiefs are a real team anymore. I feel like I've been gaslit for the last 10 years. Who the hell are we talking about? Is Alex Smith the quarterback still? I have no idea because everything he just said was so mind-numbingly dumb that I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Are we Saints fans? I don't even know what's happening. I don't know what's happening because listening to him speak drops my IQ points 30 or 40 points. I'm done. I'm done. I don't even know if I like football anymore. That is how stupid everything I just heard was. Brutal. Brutal. Don't make me do that.
Oh, man. So just looking at the stats, offensively and defensively, like we're pretty similar in a lot of different categories. We gained about the same amount of yardage. They got a little bit more passing yards than we do, but we have more rushing yards than they do. We've turned the ball over a lot more than they have, 8-3. But penalties are right around the same number, but we have also scored more touchdowns than them. We've also held the ball longer.
I feel
So-
like every time this comes up, I have to specify
Mhm.
penalties does not mean that the game is being called fairly, because
Mhm.
the penalties that are not thrown are often exactly as influential and as important as the ones that are.
Okay.
The big issue with the Chiefs that everyone's talking about was in that Super Bowl where they held the edge rushers for the Niners around the neck some plays and didn't have a single holding call on them. Sometimes the flags you don't throw are more important than the ones you do. Also, I'm going to hear some crap about this from Matt after we get off this show. But it's the truth, man. We're watching the same shit you are.
So the Chiefs banged up at wide receiver, banged up at running back. We'll see how the defense can take advantage of that. Do you see us playing a lot of too high in this game to take away that deep threat of Worthy?
No, all of our safeties are banged up. We're going to lean really heavily on the nickel to make sure that we have Alontae Taylor and everybody out there. Probably a single high. We're probably going to be throwing Howden back there, and Howden's a liability. I don't think Matthew's going to play. I don't think Davis is going to play. So you got to hope that the corners are great, and you got to hope that everyone decided they learned how to pass rush this week. And I'm guessing that didn't fucking happen.
That's been disappointing because we heard so much about the pass rush during the off season.
Yep.
And Chase Young was like whipping people up and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it turns out the people he was whipping on were our guys.
Yeah,
On
the line, if it's not
Lance Young and Taliesin Fuaga in his first work.
Yeah,
man.
If it's not Breezy or Carl Granderson, really we don't see much stats from the defensive line.
Those guys are getting coverage sacks. It's fine.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly.
But I'm not this guy. I'm not the guy who says, well, you're not getting sacks or your defense isn't playing good. The defense is obviously playing good. The defense has allowed 4 touchdowns in 4 games. That is stupid good. Don't fucking tell me that because you're not rushing the passer, you're not good. You can be very good at your coverages and your runs, and we're not very good at the run. But if you're allowing 4 touchdowns in 4 games, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck. I don't care who you write for. I don't care what podcast you have. I don't care how many people subscribe to your goddamn channel. Don't tell me the defense is the problem when they have 4 touchdowns allowed in 4 games. That is stupid. That is ignorant, and you're looking for something to be mad about.
Yeah. Listen, against the run, we are pretty good. We allow like 96 yards per game.
I mean, those stats are
against the rush.
1 and 2 that weeks 1 and 2 they couldn't run in the second half. So our stats per game are a little bit rough. Yards per carry a little more scary. I think we gave up 7 yards a carry last week.
Yeah.
So that's not great. A couple of big runs that contribute to that. But yeah, the again, if you don't give up touchdowns, who cares? Like that's what the point is, right? Do you play defense to limit the number of yards per carry, or do you play defense to not allow the other team to score touchdowns? And we're not allowing them to score touchdowns. That's the important part.
The other part is the time of possession too. I mean that does help the defense a lot. We have a really good time of possession. We're like 4th in the league in time of possession. So that helps the defense out a lot too. So that is a contributing factor.
That's part of that whole league-wide points being down. Teams are holding the ball.
Yes, holding the ball. Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's start with some predictions. I guess I'm taking the Chiefs on this one, and you take the Saints.
Well, the Chiefs are 4-0. They're the 2-time defending champs. The best player in the league supposedly plays quarterback for them. They have Taylor Swift. They have the refs. I'm not sure if those are related. The Chiefs are the obvious pick. And that's why the Saints are going to win, because the Chiefs have not played well enough to be a 4-0 team, but they are. We've played well enough to be a 4-0 team, and we're not. The law of averages and shaking everything out, we're going to win this game. We're going to go into Kansas City. We're going to fucking win. We're going to win comfortably. I feel good about this. I should not feel good about this, but I do. I feel weirdly confident about it. Sure, I've been drinking. Sure, we have a little too much alcohol on this show. Sure, I'm still drunk from Sunday, but that's not the point, guys. That's not the point. The point is I'm very bad at picking games, as we established in our Pick'ems League, and I'm picking this one. Who dat? Saints are going to win this game 27-17. We're going to feel comfortable. It's going to be a good fucking showing. We're going to feel good about this. Ignore whether I said that last week, because I would have been right last week too if it wasn't for crazy bullshit happening. And this week, the crazy bullshit doesn't happen. We're going to have the lead late. We're going to score late, put us up. The Chiefs are going to get the ball back, and instead of driving down to beat us, they're going to fuck up, because someone is due to fuck up against us, and it's going to be them on national television.
I like it.
And then the national media is going to come back to us. They left after week 3. They're going to come back to us. They're going to say, look at these guys beating the champs in their house on Monday night. And we're going to have all that shit back to us. And then we can get our heads big again, and we can fuck up the next week. But this week, we're going to do it.
I like it, Craig.
Yeah.
I like
So that's our beer bet then. I have the Saints. I am weirdly stupid confident about this. I know we're going to win. I know we're going to. I will double the beer bet. I will beer bet that we win. I will chug 2 beers if we lose this game. I am so confident.
There we go. Double it up. All right.
Doubling up. I'm going to get the whole double Stein in here and chug that, because I am confident. I know we're going to win this game. I have no reason to know that we're going to win this game, because they're the 2-time 4-0 defending champs with Patrick Mahomes, but we're going to do it anyway.
All right. Here's my score prediction. Kansas City 23, Saints 17.
That would be so depressing.
Yeah, it will be.
A 1-score grinding game. God, you and Matt both. I hate it. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully you are right. Hopefully you are right.
I hope you and your new best friend are really happy.
I am. This is just a prediction. That's all it is. I'm definitely pulling for the Saints. That's all it is. Okay. So there we go. All right, man. That's gonna wrap it up for us here this week on the Beer Run.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, you Saints lose. I don't expect anyone to watch this show. So kudos if you made it this far. I am the California Cajun. That is Little Dice. Thank you to the whole BS and Beer family. Have a beer. It's on us.
Who that?
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.